Hey, very good morning to you and welcome to Krqe News 13 this morning. I'm Matt Morrow.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Krqe. Today is Tuesday, November 18th. All of your day's headlines in just a minute, but first it is going to be a very cold one again.
Meteorologist Krqe is here. Cassandra, how cold is it out there?
You know, we're looking at teens and 20s, Matt, Crystal. Look at the numbers. This is just in the metro area. We're looking at 19 degrees in the valley, 21 degrees in downtown with the mid-20s as we get you closer towards the foothills. Area-wide, again, it's not just us here in the metro area. It's everyone in the state of New Mexico that has these chilly temperatures. Everybody below freezing this morning and even tracking some single digits in Raton, Taos, Grants, and even up in parts of Alamosa for today. So grab that jacket, grab the scarf again as we have a chilly start to the day. Through the afternoon, we'll have a lot of sunshine again, but our temperatures will be climbing only into the 40s. Sunny and cold at noon with a temperature of 40 degrees and eventually hitting 47 degrees, which is a little bit more mild than yesterday. Not by a lot, but just by a couple of degrees. Eventually, we'll be hitting those 50s again by the end of this week. But here's a look for the kiddos. 25 degrees, sunny and cold as they head off to school.
Happening right now, the Federal Aviation Administration and New Mexico State Police are trying to find out more about a plane that has gone silent. Now, here's what we have gathered so far. State police tell us they're working with the FAA and Air and Marine Operations Center to see if this plane really is missing. A friend very close to one of the people on the small plane tells us it was supposed to fly from Moriarty up to Colorado Springs. The friend says the plane was told to turn around because of bad weather, then it went silent. This is probably the way the plane would have flown. We'll monitor the story and we'll keep you updated as soon as we get more information. Crystal.
The now former Santa Fe County Sheriff's deputy accused of murdering a fellow deputy is out of jail this morning for the first time since the night of the shooting. Ty Chan pleaded not guilty yesterday in Las Cruces on a first-degree murder charge for the death of fellow deputy Jeremy Martin. The incident happened after a night of drinking and an argument. The district judge set the bond at $600,000 cash or property. His family posted his bond last night. Now, Chan is required to stay in Doña Ana County where the shooting took place. There is no trial date yet for Chan, who was fired shortly after the killing. This morning, the mother of a mid-school student is asking for an apology from the teacher accused of threatening her son with a knife. That teacher is now facing a slew of charges, including aggravated assault. According to a criminal complaint, Bernalillo Mid-School teacher Benjamin Nagurski says he made the comment jokingly Friday at school when a student didn't quiet down during a quiz. Nagurski was using the knife to remove staples from a bulletin board. The complaint says he admitted he turned around, was about 4 or 5 feet away, shaking and pointing the knife at the 12-year-old boy. Police say at one point Nagurski told the student he would bring a machete the next time he stepped out of line.
Safety is one of our top priorities. We want to make sure the students are safe, and so we took the situation very, very seriously.
The boy's mother now tells News 13 she does not want the teacher to lose his job. She just wants an apology. Nagurski is on administrative leave.
5:03 now. The deaf man who tried to kidnap and choke a woman in Santa Fe is resting at home this morning instead of going to prison. Ryan Catron pled guilty to kidnapping and a few other charges yesterday. A judge gave him 5 years of supervised probation instead of the 11 years in prison that was possible. And this is even though Catron has been in trouble before. We found out he was arrested on a DWI charge last October and never got the ankle monitor he was supposed to wear. Plus, he's facing child solicitation and drug charges out of Indiana. So we went and asked the district attorney why the state would cut Catron a big break.
I do believe that the state had a strong case. We also do want to see him rehabilitated to what degree that we can do that.
That assistant district attorney there, David Murphy, says Ryan Catron is getting help for alcohol and mental health issues.
New records this morning show that a quarter of Albuquerque police officers who were fired in recent years were dismissed for use of force. According to the Albuquerque Journal, 17 APD officers have been fired since 2010, and that 5 of those firings involved use of force. Reports state that of the 12 dismissals, 6 were fired for policy violations, 4 were indicted in criminal cases, and 2 officers were still on probationary periods when they were let go. But some critics say those firings aren't enough. Just last Monday, the city signed an agreement with the Department of Justice to overhaul the department. It calls for new training and new protocols for investigating officers use of force.
Okay, and as the Albuquerque Police Department tries to rebuild its relationship with people, it's now backing a movement that is going to put officers in touch with people all across the city online.
Yeah, it's called Nextdoor, and APD is signing up. News 13's Catherine Rizone is here with the details. Good morning.
Good morning, Crystal. APD plans to hold a press conference this morning about teaming up with Nextdoor.com. Some hope it will help with crime.
Whether you want to spread the word about a new park, find an owner for that bookcase in your garage, or be alerted of recent crimes in your area, Nextdoor makes it easy to keep up with everything going on in your neighborhood.
Now, Nextdoor has been in the metro for quite some time already, but this will be the first time that a city police department is teamed up with the free social network. The way it works is groups are split up into neighborhoods. Anyone can sign up and it's free. But what makes it private is you have to prove that you live in that area. No word yet on if APD officers will routinely check on these online message boards to keep an eye on crime, or if the officers will only be assigned to their neighborhood group. Now, all of those questions are expected to be answered at today's press conference, which is at 10:30 this morning at City Hall. We'll tell you what they had to say in our later newscasts. Back to you.
All right, thanks for that information, Catherine. Now, Nextdoor is not only for residents to voice concerns about crime. They can also alert neighbors of school activities, lost dogs, and services needed. Here are some facts about Nextdoor.com. Based out in San Francisco, the company was founded back in 2010. The private social network is available in all 50 states and over 4,600,000 neighborhoods nationwide. For more on how to sign up, head on over to our website. That's krqe.com.
4 high school football players here in New Mexico will be on the bench for their next games because of a big fight. The 8th-ranked 5A team, Valencia High, was playing Piedra Vista in the playoffs last Friday. Valencia was losing when players tell us things got heated with some pushing, then a big fight. 4 players were ejected. 3 from Valencia will be suspended from their first game next season, and 1 from Piedra Vista who will be out during the team's playoff game this coming Friday.
New Mexico State Police, they want your help searching for a missing man. This is 61-year-old Carlos Quintana. He was last seen yesterday in Santa Fe. Quintana does have dementia. He was last seen wearing black pants, a black leather jacket, a black leather hat, and black slippers. Anyone with information, you're asked to please call the Santa Fe County Sheriff's Department at 505-428-3710.
Downtown Albuquerque is looking a little different these days with scorched cars and sand lining the streets in front of the federal building. But do not worry, it's just for a movie being filmed right here in Duke City. We're first to tell you about the upcoming sequel to the Maze Runner, The Scorched Trials. Here's some pictures from the set yesterday. As you can see, downtown almost looks unrecognizable. Filming will primarily take place around the Albuquerque area, and we're told it's going to go through January. At least 250 crew members from here in New Mexico, 18 actors and 1,800 extras are being hired for it. So obviously a lot of streets are blocked off down there. I think that was Gold. Gold is that Main Street.
We love the job, so
yes, we do. Attention as well. 5:08 right now in the wake of the recent ISIS killings. The White House believes it's time to look at how the U.S. is handling hostage situations. The details on that coming up.
And a decision on whether to charge an officer for shooting and killing an unarmed black teen isn't down just yet, but no matter the outcome, the National Guard is standing by in Ferguson. The details after the break.
I don't think I won anything. I think it's just recognition for doing your job.
All right, for this airman from New Mexico, that job landed him a medal for the 3rd highest honor for valor, basically bravery. And this is not the first time. Details you do not want to miss coming up a little later here on KRQE News 13 this morning.
Get news when you want it, where you want it. Download the KRQE mobile app today.
In the wake of another American beheaded by ISIS, the Obama administration is announcing it will be taking a closer look at how it handles U.S. hostages. They want the emphasis to be on intelligence collection and family engagement. The White House says President Obama first ordered the comprehensive review of U.S. policy this summer. The news comes just days after ISIS militants beheaded a 3rd American, Peter Kasig. The growing number of hostages has placed a spotlight on the U.S.'s refusal to make ransom payments to free Americans overseas.
Well, the grand jury verdict from the Michael Brown shooting case in Missouri is not down just yet, but the governor is already declaring a state of emergency this morning. Governor Jay Nixon has also ordered the National Guard to be on standby just in case that grand jury's decision sparks more protests. The jury is deciding whether to indict the officer who shot and killed Brown last summer. That led to weeks of protests, some of them violent. And it looks like mass murder mastermind Charles Manson here is about to say, "I do" behind bars. Manson and his fiancée, Afton Burton, now have a marriage license and have 90 days to get hitched. They do it in prison. Manson is 80. Ms. Burton is just 26. Manson is serving a life sentence in California for planning the murders of 7 people, including actress Sharon Tate. Crystal?
Airlines have been saving big on fuel costs, but don't plan on you, the customer, reaping the rewards anytime soon. New evidence shows airlines have saved $1.6 billion on jet fuel over the past 12 months, mainly because of falling oil prices. Now, fuel is the biggest expense for carriers, but they don't seem to be passing on the savings to flyers. The cost of an average domestic airline ticket has actually been rising. Get those kiddos bundled up, and you should bundle up too. It's freezing this morning. Meteorologist Krqe has your full forecast coming up. Plus, a big part of the Paseo project is now open for driving on. It's another step closer to the completion of the massive project. The details still to come.
5:17. Needless to say, on this Tuesday morning, you want to bundle up.
It is cold outside.
Yes.
I was telling Matt I had frost on my car this morning. Needless to say, we do come in a lot earlier, but
yeah,
it still gets a lot colder around when the sunrise comes out?
Yep, the coldest temperatures right before sunrise. Really 4:30 to about 7 is the coldest time frame of the day, and we're in that, people. So if you're getting out this morning, walking the dog, heading to work early, you are definitely going to be experiencing the coldest numbers of the day. 24 degrees is what we have outside. This is taken from the Sunport. Downtown Albuquerque sitting more along the lines of about 21 degrees. But as we take it area wide, we do have some some single digits and teens. Single digits, though, up in Taos, where it's 5 degrees. Raton, it's 3 degrees. Grants, 7. In Gallup, we're sitting at about 8 degrees. So a very, very chilly start to the day. As we take you through what we're looking at with the wind chill, we do have some sub-zero wind chills. We're looking at about -7 in Taos and -3 in Grants for this morning. So definitely bundle up. And that's just due to a light wind out there this morning. Winds will actually increase just a little bit, only for the central mountain chain and eastern locations as we go through the day. But dry conditions, clear skies, no clouds, and that's going to be again the case. We'll have the clear blue but crisp skies for us today. And again, the winds picking up right along the central mountain chain and our eastern locations. So here's a look at our wind models taking you through the afternoon. Closer towards noon to about 2 is when we do start to see the winds pick up, only about 10 to 20 miles an hour, where we see the shaded blue area. This extends back on I-40 as we head our way eastward, closer towards Tucumcari. That's where we'll have some of the stronger winds for you today. So as we talk about your forecast, school day forecast outside for recess, those kiddos are definitely still going to want to have those jackets because our highs today are going to be in the 40s. Lots of sunshine, but definitely still another cold day for this November 18th. So plenty of sunshine going around. We'll take you through your day planner. 25 chilly degrees still at 9 a.m. At noon, we'll be at around 40 degrees, and by 5 o'clock, temperatures hitting that high of about 47, which is slightly more mild than yesterday. We got to only 45 degrees, just a couple of degrees, but each day we're going to get a little bit warmer. Bit by bit, we'll get back to more seasonal levels. Las Vegas today, a high of 40, Hobbs up to 47, and 43 degrees in Tucumcari, with a few 50s down towards the south and to the south and west. So through the day today, we do have the nice milder temperatures. A little bit warmer, though, as we get you towards the middle and the end of the week. And by Thursday, we could even get another round of some mountain snow. That's something we'll be watching closely. But as we take you into the 7-day forecast, what to expect for today: southern Colorado, mostly sunny and cold. 48 in Cortez, 43 degrees in Pagosa Springs. We make our way to the north and west, where we have a lot of 40s as well. 45 for a high in Grants, and 46 degrees in Gallup. Into the south and west, not as chilly. You can see nearly widespread 50s. Camado, the one location where we'll have the 40s, still 45 degrees for your high. 57 though in Glenwood, and 54 degrees in Lordsburg. Into the south and east, ample sunshine. 48 degrees for a high in Roswell, 45 in Ruidoso, and 39 degrees in Cloudcroft. But temperatures expected to climb into the mid-60s by the end of this week. Into the northern mountains, sunny and cold. 39 in Mora, 40 in Las Vegas, and 44 degrees in Roy. We'll also climb to 44 degrees in Conchas for today. The northern mountains, sunny and cold, with temperatures right at freezing in Red River, up to 32 degrees. Taos will climb to 36, Angel Fire 35, and 38 degrees in Santa Fe. Into the East Mountains, could have some early morning fog. We're going to be watching for sunny skies though through the afternoon and those cold temperatures. 39 for a high in Cedar Crest, 40 in Edgewood, and 42 degrees in Estancia. And the metro area has the mid and upper 40s, 47 in the Heights and in the South Valley, 47 as well on the west side, and 49 degrees in downtown. And tonight, it looks as though we're going to see teens and 20s again through the overnight, so it is going to be on the chilly side. But by tomorrow afternoon, we continue the gradual climb in temperature. So we'll be in the low 50s tomorrow afternoon, and then eventually back to what's normal for this time of year, the mid 50s by Thursday and Friday, and into the weekend we'll continue to see some of those low 50s stick around, and the morning temperatures back into the 30s.
Okay, let me hear you say it. Warming up to 55.
I know, right? It's amazing how that happens by this time of year.
Last week we were talking about cooling down to 55.
That's true.
Yeah, that's amazing.
All right, thanks so much, Cassandra.
How time makes things change.
Oh, it does, it does. All right, there is some light at the end of the tunnel for the I-25 Paseo project. Some good news this morning. The interchange at Jefferson and Paseo is now officially open. It was closed in both directions for the last time this past weekend for some final touches being put on there. Again, it's now open. The entire Paseo project is set to get done before Christmas. We cannot wait for that. So, and at 422, we'll go outside, take a look, and see how traffic is holding up with Mr. Steve Trella.
Good morning, Matt. Yeah, everybody's going to get a nice Christmas present when all this road construction comes down. You don't have to worry about it every morning. And all those barrels and barriers are coming down about 6 o'clock this morning, so that'll open up your drive into work. Taking a look at I-40 on the eastbound, or coming from the westbound side, we're looking pretty good. Starting to get a little bit of a, not a backup, but just congested right around Rio Grande Boulevard. I-25 southbound right around Montgomery doing much the same thing. Paseo still running light. No issues, accidents, or problems there on the surface streets. You're green to go. I'm Steve Trella, KRQE News 13 Traffic.
Still to come this morning, we are no stranger to checking Facebook even during work. Guilty. All right, now the social networking company is changing its face to fit your job if your boss doesn't like you on there. Plus, was the pit snubbed? Why UNM says it won't be hosting any March Madness games anytime soon. We'll be right back.
Get news when you want it, where you want it. Download the KRQE mobile app today.
Hey, big kids, this is for you. It's another adult night at Explora coming up this Friday. Matt's going to be there. The theme is Bubble Pop Fizz, so there will be some special experiments for that. Plus, all of Explora's other hands-on exhibits will be open. There'll also be music and snacks. Tickets are only $8. That's not bad.
No, not bad at all.
Oh, it's a lot of fun. If you've ever been to adult night, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. All right, admit it, guys. Well, that's part of our job.
It is part of our job, yeah.
We have Facebook
to. They
at
make
work.
us.
Yes. Yeah. So soon, you may be able to do it openly, guilt-free.
What?
Yes. Facebook
Say
is testing an office-friendly version called Facebook at Work. It will look and feel just like the same social media website does now. The difference, their service is meant to be more about work life only, for chatting with coworkers and collaborating on office projects. This way you can have a separate personal and work account.
Really, because sometimes you just don't want your coworkers to see what you're doing outside of work or those crazy pictures you post.
Okay, how many times have you heard of somebody getting in trouble because they called in and they post on Facebook that they're somewhere they're not supposed to be?
No, but it does. It always happens.
It does. Yeah. It happens a lot.
It does.
You would think people would learn by now.
And here's the deal, too. I mean, if you need to use it at work, just use your cell phone. Most people now have a smartphone.
Oh, look at him. He knows that. He's like, I know all this.
Well, I'm just saying, you have it on your phone.
Well, here's the thing. Facebook 101, you don't put anything online that can get you in trouble.
Exactly.
Just in general.
You just don't.
Yeah.
Just in general.
That's good advice, ladies. There's some bad news this morning. The Pit won't be hosting any March Madness games anytime soon. The UNM put in a bid to host the first 2 rounds of the NCAA men's tournament for 2016, 17, or 18, but nothing. We couldn't get any of those years. Judging from the list of places that did land a tournament, it's clear the NCAA is leaning toward bigger arenas in bigger cities. Part of the reason the UNM pumped $60 million into renovating the Pit was to compete for more NCAA tournament games. The tournament was last year back in 2012.
Pretty upsetting there. We did pour a lot of money and a lot of time.
Well, here's the deal. So we didn't get it for these 3 years. In a couple of years, they'll go through this bidding process again. Maybe we'll get it then.
Maybe. Keep our fingers crossed.
Okay, 528. We now know where some of the money Albuquerque originally offered Tesla to set up shop here in New Mexico is going. We'll tell you what City Council voted late last night when we come back.
And an airman who still called